Hi there, beautiful souls, and welcome. I'm stuck in my shirt. Welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk. And my name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Friday. I'm going to jump right in. I wanted to start a minute or two early just to give you guys a chance to ask some questions. It's Ask the Medium Day, so I thought we would just jump in. I have about half an hour this morning to grab some questions. I am working today and it is going to be a glorious day. I can just feel it. The beautiful sunrise here this morning. It was like the entire sky was pink when I was meditating. So it was a great, great morning. Let's jump right in, you guys. Let's start firing some questions at me. I'm willing to take as many questions as I can. So good to see you all. Good morning, Wes and Rachel. I see you there. Mila and Strict 99. Kayla, good morning. Does Spirit have any messages for me? Kayla, I feel like you're breathing a bit more. I feel like you're working on the breath work. There's something there with that. I think I'm breathing a bit more. I don't know if the worry's been a little bit less there, Kayla, or if you're just kind of like allowing a little bit more, or going with the flow kind of energy a little bit more. But I need to say good for you, and I need to say um you're doing a really good job at allowing, and I feel like things are gaining momentum. So, Kayla, has anything unraveled lately with gaining momentum? Has there been anything that shifted a little bit? I'll wait for you to answer there. Mila, Landon, do my spirit guides have any messages for me? Mila, I feel like I've got to talk about resistance. So, when we have things that pop up that are blocking things that we may be wanting to try to push into, we need to kind of look at that as having a clue from spirit. And the clue is not that way. So don't go that way. When we feel a block or when there's a roadblock or we can't push through something, it's either a not yet or not that way. So I feel like there's something there for you, Mila, that if you're trying to do something and spirit is pushing back or you're getting closed doors or you're getting a lot of resistance, pause for a moment and just ask yourself a question. Is this resistance? Is the universe showing me not that way? And I feel like your own intuition, you got to listen to it a little bit more. I feel like you're like, tuning that out. Even you're getting the answer and tuning it out. Sit with your own intuition. We all have an intuitive muscle. We can all develop it a little bit more. And if you're getting resistance, sit with it and listen. Is it not that way? You will feel the answer within your gut. Your spidey senses will kick in, and resistance is for a reason. I've learned that many times, Mila. When I don't get a door that opens fairly easily, and I get pushed back and pushed back, I really go to, okay, it's not right now, or it's not meant for me, and I'm okay with not what's not meant for me. I'm okay with that because I don't want what's not meant for me, because I've learned many lessons the hard way that way. So just think about that, Mila. There's something going on there that you need to kind of pay attention to if you're getting blocked or closed doors. I hope that resonates there with you. Kayla, my confidence has slowly come back. I love it. I leave the house without anxiety, and I'm allowing myself to enjoy the outdoors and exploring my surroundings. I do a breathing meditation in the morning. Kayla, that's fantastic validation. Thanks so much for sharing there. And with that, Kayla, with your confidence coming back and leaving the house, and you're allowing more, and you're going outside, and you're breathing, that kind of like helps things get moving. And I have to say, good job for you for taking those steps forward, and for trusting the journey, and for just simply allowing. And I feel that's going to give you some momentum, Kayla. All right, let's scroll back up. I think I missed a few because a few there we go. Okay, I answered Mila. Should Eagle, the living planet, good morning. Does Spirit have any messages for me? I feel like I've got to slow down a little bit. I feel like there's either a lot of fast racing thoughts, or there's a lot of fast things going on around you. And if you can break for just a minute, it can be a minute or two a day. It doesn't have to be hours at a time or a whole day. I feel like I need to say, step back for a moment. Just visualize yourself stepping out of the overthinking, or out of all the stuff that's going on around you, and just take a moment to regroup, recollect. Just breathe a moment, allowing yourself to have that time and space. I feel like I just need to say, try that a little bit more if you're already doing it. If you're not doing it, give it a go. Just being able, I think I'm going to stand over here and just observe, just breathe, just look around, regroup. I feel like that's kind of like coming in for you at an increased volume. So give it a try over the weekend. And again, all these spiritual practices don't have to take up a lot of time. A couple minutes a day can be so, so helpful. Jules, Lift. Good morning. Good morning, darling. Do my guides have any messages for me? I feel like I've got to say that all right. So I feel like that creative side to you, and we all have a little piece of that creative side, is looking for some attention. So giving yourself some, it can be doodling. It can be just grabbing a pen and I'm just going to allow myself to write my thoughts. It can be, I'm going to try and paint or do or try something that resonates with me with a vision board. I feel like even just creating new thoughts. I think I'm going to create. I think I'm going to think about something else for a little bit. I think I'm going to try and create a new thought. It can be those little pieces. I feel like there's something trying to kind of like jump out a little bit with, I think I just want to create a little something. And again, it doesn't have to be the great big things that kind of, and I feel like when you allow yourself to get a little bit more playful in that, I feel like it kind of like rejuvenates you. I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit tired there, Jules, or you just kind of like wash, rinse, repeat on the same day. I was almost like a groundhog day kind of feel there. I feel like I need to kind of like create something a little bit new, bring a little bit of magic or creativity into your day. Elena, my cousin is about to move and has been acting off, passive aggressive. Any insight from spirit? Thank you. Let me just I just want to reread that in my head so I can tap into it. I feel like when people kind of express energetically, changes in behavior. Quite often there's it connects to something that's fearful, and a move is a big step. So I feel like it's their own stuff. It doesn't connect to anybody else. It's their own stuff of not feeling quite settled, of not feeling quite certain, of that anxious about change. And I feel like I just have to observe, don't absorb it, holding the space with love and support. And sometimes we have to just kind of step back over here. I can support you from over here, but I feel it very situational. It feels acute to me. I don't feel like this is, I almost want to say it's not a big deal. I want to kind of like shrug my shoulders off. But I don't want to absorb it. Just kind of a little bit of, I think your cousin needs just a little bit of reassurance and if in support from that space, and don't be triggered by that behavior. Like don't absorb it. Just kind of like support it without absorbing it, because I feel it's just their own insecurities about the change that they're navigating through. And quite often when humans were interesting creatures, when we are feeling something, we don't always express it. Or, we might be embarrassed to be feeling anxious about this. We may feel shame about how we're feeling. And it's normal to feel certain things with change. And it's normal to feel certain things at any given time. And we don't express it. So our behavior or our vibration will often change just to kind of give a way of expressing it, right? When we need to kind of express it from here, we need to say, you know what? Whoa, this is a big change for me, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. We struggle with that with our communication as humans. And I think that some of us have the tools to navigate through things with our throat, and some of us don't. And we haven't learned that yet. And that's kind of one thing, Elena, that I always say to myself: that person's learning how to communicate better, and they're struggling a little bit. So it just helps not absorb it. I hope that you find that helpful there, Elena. Um, Emma Jane, good morning. Pregnant one here. Hello, good morning, Mama. Do my pass away family members have any message for me about my upcoming labor and baby girl? Um, Number one, I feel like they're calming everything for you. I feel like this baby has a very unique energy, and this baby has and I mean, all babies are very connected to spirit. I just want to get that out there clear. But this baby has a vibration here for me that's really healing for other family members. So has there been a lot of family stuff that's kind of like navigating through some healing? Is there anybody that's not either disconnected or things aren't going well? I just feel like this baby's bringing in a lot of healing energy, and connected into a healing energy at a very high level. So and it can be connected, it can be healing ancestor stuff too. It may be maybe healing a lot of that. But I feel like you're extremely supported. I feel like your labor and delivery is going to go very smooth. I feel like I've got to say enjoy every moment of it. And it can be hard to enjoy something when it's something like labor and newborn delivery. It's not the most comfortable thing to go through. So, I think that, just trying to enjoy every magical moment of it is what they're really kind of showing me is enjoy the moment, enjoy the delivery, and being able to tap into that as such a beautiful experience. They're just kind of whispering to gently remind you of that. Okay, Kayla. Yeah, I read Kayla's there. Joanne, keep waking up at 4 a.m. Is there a message there from my guides? Joanne, I feel with that 4 a.m. wake up call, I feel it more of an attention towards you. So have you been kind of pushing off a little bit of your own needs, whether it be emotional, spiritual, or physical? I feel like it's like take this time to sit with yourself, take this time to nurture yourself, take this time to hold yourself, take this time to support yourself. I feel like it's just about that support, taking that time. It's like a time for you. And interestingly enough, I mean, I often will go back to bed, but I am often up at 4 o'clock to sit with my guides because I need that time and space. But you can use any time of the day. So, maybe before bed or in the afternoon, if you just want to kind of sit and support yourself emotionally, physically, or spiritually, I feel like they're trying to encourage you to hold the space for that. Andrea, good morning. I've been having many dreams of my friend Teddy lately. Any idea what he's trying to tell me? He crossed over in June. Andrea, I feel like he's trying to let you know, number one, he's here and connecting. I feel like there's also a thank you. I feel like there's like a thank you card in my awareness. I need to thank you. I also feel, Andrea, that he's trying to teach you. I feel like I think he's going to be one of those spiritual friends over the spirit dimensions that are like, hey, let me teach you a little bit more. Let me work on how you connect. And I feel because there's a big teacher role here. I'm suddenly sitting in a classroom in the spirit dimensions that he's trying to teach you how to work a little bit differently or how to grow your connection. And it's a glorious thing. I've got many teachers. They're not all spirit guides. Some of them are deceased friends and loved ones that will come and help teach me new things. I feel very calm with it, Andrea. I feel like this is a calming. I also feel, even though you've got people around you, Andrea, he's saying that you're not alone, and I feel like a part of you, sometimes leans into a little bit of alone. I'm alone. I feel a little bit of alone. He wants you to know that you've got friends and support in the spirit dimensions. You're not alone, even though you know you're well loved and you know you're well supported here, and you've got people around you. It just has that. There's just a piece there of that lonely energy of is something missing. And he's like, we got you, we got you. All right. I also feel that Ted has an interesting sense of humor. He's trying to bring a little bit of humor into my connection with him. Laugh it off. Sometimes it's all we can do, right? Is laugh it off. PJ, whoops, I went too fast. PJ. Okay, Lana, does my cat Lola want me to provide blood pressure meds or not? I'm trying to tune in, but so close it's hard. Please ask Lola what she wants me to do. Okay, so, PJ, I feel that Lola wants support, but it's like that fine line. So, I know, do I get the feeling on the blood pressure meds? I get a yes, but I don't want extreme, if that makes sense. So, I don't want to go extreme. A little bit of support and managing some health stuff, but I don't want to be over the top with it. I don't want, and I also don't. She's also saying there's only so much that you can do, and she doesn't want you to lean into over the top. I also feel that she's giving me that sense, and because she points her paw back to you, she also feels that your relationship with her, you've got a deep knowing on this as well, because she just literally went like that with her little paw. I feel like right now, some a little bit of support medically, but she doesn't want you to go extreme with it, if that makes sense there for you. Okay. Um, but she's old, yeah. So supportive but not extreme. I didn't see your second comment there, PJ. So just gentle support, comfort support, but not extreme support. She's not wanting extreme support. Mel, hello, Mel, beauty queen. Hello, beauty. I just got that dancing queen when I saw you there, Mel. Oh, I love that. Good morning, Len. Any messages for me today? You know, Mel, it's that queen energy. It's that I really got to wrap myself into that, or wrap yourself into that. It's like that. I don't know why the dancing queen song, I just got like the chorus of it going off in my head. It's that looking and nurturing that special side of you and honoring. We're often afraid to honor ourselves. So Mel, I'm curious if you struggle with compliments or holding yourself in that energy of yeah, I am a dancing queen. And I feel like, and it also has that movement because I really want to like get my jive going here. So Mel, if you've got some time over the next several days, if you can take a moment and just kind of get that jive, get that dancing queen energy kind of flowing through you a little bit. I feel like it moves things, like movement moves things. I feel like I got to get that kind of like that sass, get your sexy on. I feel like I need to get kind of like get that feeling, and I just want to kind of let me have a sip of my tea. I just want to kind of touch base with that overall for everybody. There's a big difference between honoring and ego. And I think that we kind of confuse the two sometimes. Heck yeah. Like it's like, yeah, you know what? I am a queen. I'm doing the best that I can here. It's a different place than coming from, a negative place with ego. It's very, very different. And I think that we kind of shy away from that sometimes. Sometimes it can be our own confidence. Sometimes it can just be life in general. It's too busy. I don't think about my dancing queen energy. It's that divine feminine, like Mal. It's just kind of like honoring that energy a little bit. I feel like I just need to kind of give you that a little bit. Just kind of like play in it, frolic a little bit in that energy. And it's good to see you on the live this morning, Mel. Amanda, hi Lana, wishing you a very happy new year. Thank you, darling. Same to you. Any special messages for me regarding this year? Amanda, or sorry, Amandeep, I really feel, like I talked about in the energy forecast, I feel like the get up and go on really participating in what you want is really important. And I feel like that's really relevant with you. I feel like I've got to say, you know what, don't worry about all the other floating pieces that are going on around. Kind of like keep bringing your focus back on what do you want to create? What do you want to do? What are your directions? And kind of like saying, and I don't know if you tend to compare yourself to other people a little bit there, or if there's like this huge expectation that you feel like you're always kind of chasing or trying to feel. But I feel like I just have to say, do you really, really navigate through what do I want? What do I want 2025 to be for me? What do I want? Because that's huge. Even though there's a lot of crap floating around in the physical world, where you put your alignment and where you put your awareness and where you put your intentions to really, really matters. Do we get everything that we want that way? No, but we might not get everything that we want the other way anyway, right? So, but I feel like I've got to kind of like navigate through that a little bit with, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start creating. I'm going to start working through. I'm going to start working on certain things and what matters to me. And I feel like that's kind of like a message for you there for 2025. I feel very good about the new year, but we have to participate in the good. Right, where we put our attention to is kind of like where the energy flows and where we go. Now, does that mean being positive, everything's always glorious all the time? No, it doesn't mean that, but it means how we navigate through it is different, right? It just kind of helps us with a deeper understanding, if that makes sense there for you. The shy. I just want to let everyone know that Grandpa passed last Wednesday. Bless. He kept his promise by letting me know when he crossed over, which he did before his body actually passed. I love that, Shy, and thanks for sharing that, Shy. And our sincere condolences to you, Shy, but Grandpa is very much okay, and he was. I also feel he was very much ready. Like I feel like it was like I'm ready to go. It's kind of how that felt there for me, and I felt like he did it when he was ready to surrender. And I feel like the magic will continue. You are going to continue to get signs and feel him and communicate with him, every single day. Is there anything from my spirit guide, Strict 99, trying to tell me that I'm not understanding? I feel like there's, the process of learning. I feel like you're understanding, but I feel like I've got to lift. Are you really hard on yourself, Strict 99? I feel like I've got a little bit of that self being really tough on myself. Like I feel like I'm tough. And I feel like I got a father figure. So I don't know if this is a father figure in the spirit dimensions that's kind of trying to soften that a little bit. So dad or grandfather, like there's a father figure there that's holding the space there for you. I also feel like it's like I've got to say tiny steps forward are still forward. So I don't know if it's like the only the big steps that you're kind of seeing. And that's it. That's it right there. It's we notice the big steps, we notice the big things, but it's the small things, the small steps, the little moments of aha, the little bit of growth, sometimes even the standing in it. And I'm like, okay, I'm learning this right now and I'm not going forward, and that's okay. I feel like I've got to kind of lean into that a little bit more. It's just that one day at a time I'm learning. Oh, that went well today, or I didn't do so great at that. I've got to kind of like hold that a little bit. So I don't, again, I feel like you're really good at acknowledging big steps, but the small steps or the things that aren't moving at strict 99 speed, at your speed, at your momentum, I feel like I've got to say acknowledge it too. Acknowledge it too. I don't feel that you're not understanding. I just feel like it's not acknowledging. If that makes sense there for you, darling. And I really love your energy, by the way. Okay. Um, can we all send vibes to Callie? Absolutely. And PJ, I will put that. I'll put Callie in my healing circle as well. Be gentle. January has happened for me this week. His passing has caused quite chaotic week. I got a lot of people messaged me and commenting to me about that gentle January, on how much it resonated with them and how much they loved it, and what a great reminder. And I've been really working on the gentle January energy this week as well. When I feel a little bit hectic or chaotic, or I need to remind myself, gentle January. Let's navigate through this gentle January. Taking some time for gentle January. So I'm glad that that's helping you there too, Shy. Rachel, oh, bless your kitty. Hope you can work out the best help for her. We just love our pets so much and just want what's best for them. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like we have such, I just want to touch base on that a little bit with the animal communication. We have such deep connections with them, and we have our own relationship and our own intuitive way of animals communicate very intuitively with us. So they send us thoughts, they send us their feelings, they send it that way. And I feel like we have that knowing and that connection. We're not afraid to tune into it, because it's such a struggle when we know it's coming closer in time to let them go, right? So we know, so it is a very hard balance. um Mila, thank you so much. I do hate driving and just hate having to drive. I feel lack of motivation to drive and almost like I'm resisting driving. This message makes so much sense. You're welcome, Mila. And use that message with resistance, Mila, in a few different things. I feel it's a few different things. I also feel, Mila, try looking at what's really good about driving. Like, I mean, there's some great things about driving, and there's some great things around you while driving. I mean, always stay focused, obviously, but you get a different view of the sky while driving. You get a different view of people while driving. There's some great things about that as well. So just kind of throw in that balance. Um, Thank you, Lana. I've definitely been feeling the need to craft something or do some writing. There it is, Jules. Allow that. A few, and again, I know I say this quite often. It does not have to be big time commitments. It can be the small, it can be a few moments, right? I've learned that, when I first started the spiritual journey, I was like clearing time out to, long meditations and all of this and all of that. And once I figured out that it doesn't, an hour is great, but there's also greatness in 5 minutes. Because I think sometimes, if we have a busy schedule or busy life anyway, we don't stick with the practices, right? So 5 minutes can be just as therapeutic as an hour. It literally, it can have the same impact on you. So there we go. um Spring, any messages from my past loved ones today, Lana? Spring, I feel like you're doing really well with with being gentle, with being patient. I feel like things are going to pick up momentum there as far as energy goes. I also feel Spring, that I know you feel loved and supported, absolutely. But I feel like I've got to wrap that up a little bit tighter. I feel like I've got to connect to that a little bit deeper. We just feel it can be physical world, it can be spirit dimensions. I feel like I've got to say, allow that in just a little, like snuggle in just a little bit more. I feel like I want to snuggle in just a little bit more. I also feel there's something there, Spring. I just want you to kind of like write it down. Remember that I said it? I can see the spirit dimensions shining a brighter light of healing. And it's not just on you, it's very expansive. It's to those who are around you. And I feel like some people who are around you are absorbing more of that healing light than others. But the light will always be there. So your ancestors are saying what they're saying there, Spring, is the light is always there. Some people will absorb it now, and some people will absorb that healing light later, and it's okay. And I know you know this, and it's okay. It's okay to, it will remain available. So there's no end date or close date to that light for people to pick it up when they're ready, or and lean into it when they're ready. But your loved ones in the spirit dimensions want you to know they've turned up the heat with that light. Like it's like a little bit brighter so that you can you see it now? It's kind of, can you see it now, folks? It's a bit brighter for them. Sometimes people need a little more time to see it. Sometimes they don't see it at all. Sometimes they see it and pick it up, and it's all okay, no judgment. It's their journey with healing, but they want you to know they've turned that up. So at that, and I love how they've worded that for me. I love how they've shown that for me. And I know that you know that, but it's still, it can be hard to watch people not want to heal their stuff, right? It can be extremely hard to watch people not want to heal. And so the light has gotten brighter for them. So just kind of like write that down there, Spring, and keep that. Just kind of keep that in your pocket or in your purse. That the light is brighter for them. Okay, beautiful. All right, a few more. Um, Aaron, Lana, they're doing testing on my husband's grandma to see why she's losing vitamin B12 and not making enough blood or losing it. But they can't find anything. Are they going to find it soon? Aaron, I'll always be perfectly honest here. I would never, I would never say anything outside of honesty. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure on this one. I you know I would continue to be sending energy that they find it. I'm really not sure. There's something with this loss of vitamin B12 I'm going to use the word. It just feels different to me. I just feel like there's a part. How I see it is that there's a second part to it. So I'm not quite sure, Aaron. And I'll try and sit with it for you a little bit longer, Aaron, off the live. But I'm really not sure. And I also feel, Aaron, I feel like the loss of I feel like it feels like the loss is fast. So was this a sudden onset, or has she been losing B12 very fast? Was I feels very fast to me. Okay. I know that's not really helpful, Aaron, but I truly am not sure, and I would never answer anything without 100% certainty. All right, you guys, I'm gonna grab a few more. Arlene, good morning. I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Wondering if spirit just any advice for me. Arlene, first of all, sending love and healing light to you. Arlene, I also want you to know, even though a lot of us are complete strangers or may not have met here in person, I want you to know this community loves you, and this is a place of great support for you. I really want you to know that, Arlene. Arlene, I feel like I've got to say, okay, one step at a time. I feel like I've got to say, just let's take this in steps. Let's take this. I also feel, Arlene, if you don't mind sharing with the group, Was this kind of like a middle stage thing? I don't feel it at really late. I just can't lean into the end stage there. I feel like I'm in the middle. If you can just let me know, give some, an answer to that if I'm correct. And I also feel like you're in the right hands. I feel like you're in the right hands. I feel like I've got to help breathe through this, and I feel like I've got to let you know that you're well supported. Okay. So I just feel like I've got to say one day at a time. I'm in the good hands. As scary as this is, I know I'm supported and loved. I just got to kind of like start there with you, Arlene. Um, I just want to see if Arlene's going to answer me. I'm just going to give her a moment. Aaron Cradle, yes, it's okay. Sorry, Aaron. Yes, it's sudden onset, and she gets infusions, and in one day it's low again. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's some validation there for me, Aaron, because it felt very sudden. Um, okay, well, I'll check again on Arlene for a second. Oh, look at you guys supporting Arlene. Okay, I'm gonna grab another question or two. Rachel, I forgot to comment, but I loved your video with the story about the nonverbal man, and how you communicated with him. Very touching. That we can all help those without voices. Rachel, I loved it so much, that experience with that little guy. I loved it so much. It was incredible. And it really, goes into, we don't necessarily need words to communicate, and the telepathic abilities, and in the spirit dimension helping. It's incredible. The gentle January resonates with me so much too. I feel this new year has a lot of things are changing for me, so taking things slow and being gentle with myself was huge ever since the new year. Absolutely. And I think, when you look at, if we can like hold that gentle January energy, when we can hold that, it just helps our navigation system so well. That's really encouraging, that 5 minutes can matter too. I worry about that a lot. River Grant, absolutely. And I really feel some, and even in spirituality, there's some programming there that you don't have to agree with, right? And that's okay. 5 minute matters. That 5 minute matters. No, 2 minute matters. 1 minute matters. There are times that I'll just snap my bracelet. I'm just gonna hold it, breathe, and come back. It doesn't have to be hours on a time to make a difference. Even with our healing processes, right? If one a little bit at a time, it doesn't have to be okay. I'm gonna dedicate a whole time slot for healing, or I got to do it all at once. Little bit matters. Every little bit helps, right? So always, River Grant, and appreciate I'm doing my best that I can from where I'm standing. 5 minutes, it can equal an hour. It's all enough, right? It's all enough. All right. River Grant, I'm wondering, sorry, I didn't see your first comment. I'm wondering if my spirit guides or loved ones have any messages for me. Okay, I instantly got a mother figure there, so a mothering energy literally came in with this. Oh yes, we do kind of feeling, and I feel, and I can't help but have like a big smile on my face when I connect there with her. Um, I feel like I've got to say, you've helped so many people on your journey. I don't know if you're a healer or if you're just naturally that person that's like, I got you. I'm here for you. But I feel like I've got to say, just allow that now to just come back into you. So allow yourself to have that same support. She's quite animated with me, by the way. Allow yourself to have that same hold. So I don't know if you don't always let people hold you, or energy hold you, but allow that to come back. And we'll just suddenly, everybody here, just send some to River Grant, and just let them hold it. Just hold it, River. Just allow yourself to be held too. So and I feel like, that self care. It's a bit of self care. It is a bit of self care, but allow energy to hold you too. Allow the angelics to hold you. Allow your loved ones to hold you. Allow your friends to hold you. Allow the community here on the YouTube channel to hold you. Just allow yourself to be held. And really feel that I literally want to scoop you up and just kind of like and just squeeze you so tight to let you know that you're held too, because I feel you're really good at holding other people. Oof, delicious. Okay, you guys, I'm over the 9 o'clock mark. Thumbs up if you're having a good time this morning, by the way. Let's do a angel number or two. I also have this excitement lately with spirit. Whenever I've been connecting, the excitement level has really shifted. Is anybody else having like moments of giddiness or excitement lately? Like just kind of like randomly? I'm just curious because I've been like, I don't know if it was the Christmas break and the rest that I got, or but it feels more like the spirit dimensions. There seems to be this heightened excitement with them. All right, what do we need to know? Let's draw a number here. Like I'm so excited. Okay. 525. Trust that big changes you're experiencing are for the best and that things will calm down soon. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's do another one. 462. The angels ask you to keep faith about your prayers being answered. The angels are working behind the scenes to help you, and you will soon see. Okay, they want me to do one more. I don't know why, but we're going to do one more. That's interesting. 463. You've attracted major help with your prayers. You have ascended masters, guardian angels, and the archangels working on answering. That was interesting. I was literally like you guys saw me. I was literally like none of these pages are marked or bent, by the way. But I was literally just kept doing this and I got the same page with the number underneath it. 462 and 463. Okay. You guys help me out. You're welcome, Spring. Let's set our intentions. All right. I can actually feel the vibration from you guys when everybody's paying attention and focus. I can feel it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Eagle. There's an opportunity for you that you're considering, and it would be best if you take advantage of it soon. There will be a new beginning in a positive direction following a recent period of strife, one in which you've gained great insight. One in which you've gained a great deal of stamina, resilience. Detach and rise above the mundane so that you're able to see your life and circumstances with a broader perspective and greater vision. Ooh. It's time for a great spiritual awakening, one where you experience a greater connection to the divine. This is an important time to communicate with the divine for creative inspiration. So heed any guidance you receive. Listen up. That's a listen up. Whatever you put out, positive or negative, will now return to you in some form more quickly than ever. Bald eagle. You have an increasing ability to walk between the material world and that of spirit. Dive into your inner depths, paying close attention to any visions or inspirations that arise. Golden eagle. This is a long one. Go on a spiritual adventure. Yes, I'm in. Pack your bags, you guys. A pilgrimage a pilgrimage to a holy sacred spot. You can also do that remotely. You don't physically have to go there. You can connect to as you can connect to that energy, right? You can connect to it very easily. Find your passion and a means to express it. Pursue the goal that has been emerging in your consciousness without hesitation. This is a really good one, you guys, eh? That's really good. And I think we've talked about most of this. I love that so much. I just want to come back to something here. I'm just looking for it. Detach and rise above the mundane so that you're able to see your life and circumstances with a broader perspective and greater vision. So, I feel like I've got to talk about that just for a moment or two. That mundane stuff. What do you think that's meaning? What do you think that's connecting to? I'll give you guys a moment, and then I'll share my opinion on it. Anybody have an idea what that means? I'm going to tell you what I feel. So I feel like that mundane, detach and rise above the mundane stuff. That's all the crap that's floating around. That's the politics. That's the social media. That's the what's wrong with the world. That's that. Rise above that. Because when we rise above what's the narrative, we can see things with a greater perspective. And that's when I channel with spirit, that's exactly what they do for me. They rise me above it. It's like all of that crap's been here for thousands of years. Rise above it and see something else. Right? Because above that, and I've said this and I'm getting very excited. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna apologize. This is how spirit is with me. This last week is very exciting energy. We need to. There's so much more to see than what's being projected out there. I really felt I needed to come into that. It's time for a great spiritual awakening. 2025 is going to be a very spiritual year of spiritual growth, and a lot of people starting their healing journey. Absolutely. And I do struggle with the word awakening. I do. I feel like it's like we're more ready now. Like I do feel that yes, some of us may not be aware all the time, but I don't like the word awakening. I don't know why it just doesn't sit well in my stomach. I like more of I'm ready. We're more ready now, right? Because I just feel like it's, I don't know why I don't like that, but I just do. And it's more with them. It's more like it's more of a readiness than an awareness, right? Or an awakenness. I just feel like it's more of I'm ready now. And perhaps that's when you think about your own healing journey, have most of you always known that there was, something else, or you could change it, or you could do something, you just weren't ready yet, right? It's more of a readiness. It's more of, okay, I feel supported enough now. I feel ready now. I'm ready to acknowledge things now. I just struggle, and this is my opinion. I am so okay with if you prefer the word awaken, but I just feel like it's more of a ready now. It just, I don't know. It feels better vibrationally to me. It's more of a ready now. There we go. Year of readiness, absolutely. Yep, readiness. Yeah, it just feels different, right? Rise above it, my new motto. Absolutely. Something I once heard that helped me a lot was is observe, don't absorb. Yes, I say that all the time. Absolutely. And remember, you don't have to sit in the bad feelings with someone to support them. You don't need to take on their feeling. Absolutely, River. And I know my mentoring students that are here this morning, that is the one of the first things that I teach in level 1 is observe, don't absorb it. Visualizing yourself out of it. You can help people better when you can sit out of the energy. You can help them better. And the empaths, we tend to want to jump in there and absorb it all and fix it all. And what we need to do is support. We just need to support, right? And not absorbing it. And it's the same thing with the physical world stuff. So, not absorbing the news, not absorbing social media, not kind of not allowing it to control your thoughts, right? So, just kind of, and it's a glorious space to be in. And every single reading that I do every single day, that's where spirit takes me into the observing the spirit. I observe it. Observe what we're telling you. Observe it. You don't have to take it on, right? We don't have to take it on. And even with our healing, when I work with people, I'm really going to push the time limits. But even with working with our healing, to observe where we are and how we're doing it, right? Because when we observe, there's no judgment. There's no lack of, right? It is what it is, and I'm going to observe it, right? So it's a great practice. And I'll tell you right now, I've been doing this work for many, 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 many years, and I still to this day have to remind myself, on occasions, Lana, you're absorbing it. Go back to observing. And it's okay. The reminders are okay. It's not about perfection. We're not all going to walk around like this. Ooh. Right, it's about having the tools to come back, and I think that that's so huge, because we beat ourselves up as soon as we go back, right? We do. I tripped and I fell. Oh, I'm back to this thought. Oh, yeah, we are. Acknowledge it and go back to your toolbox. Go back. We always know the way back. right? All right. Mundane's not an option. This has been a really good morning, you guys. I love you all so much. Yes, Michael, it is, but everything mundane. I feel like you're speaking directly to me. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun here, but I do have a client, and I'm not on Zoom today. This has been my in-person week, so I cannot push it much longer. Um, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Let me just double check with Monday. I'm pretty sure I am here Monday because I should be Zoom next week if I'm. I will be here Monday morning. I'm very excited, so we'll do Monday morning as always. I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided weekend. Much love, you guys. Take care.